everyone, it is Crush the Developer, and today we are going to learn how to make a data saving system in Roblox Studio. Data saving systems are essential for so many games on the Roblox platform, even the one you're looking at right now. And today we are going to learn how to create these, and not only just a data saving system, but an auto saving one as well. So if you want to learn how to make this, be sure to watch the entire video until the end. And make sure you subscribe to Crush the Developer because I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers soon. Alright, let's get straight into the tutorial. Alright, before we can make the data saving system, we need to publish our game to Roblox in order to access the API. So go to game settings right here, click it, and click save to Roblox, and we're going to go ahead and call this data saving system. There. Now I'm just going to go ahead and click on save, and it should save. Alright, so Roblox Studio is just going to close the place and open it as the saved game. Alright, so we're just going to wait. Alright, so now that you have your published game, you're going to want to go to the server script service and add a script. Now what we're going to go ahead and type here and type in local DSS equals game : get service, and then we're going to go ahead and do Datastoreservice. There. Now what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and press enter, type in local space layer data equals DSS, and then get data store, and then the quotes, and type in any name you want for your data store. I'll type in player data. So I'll explain this right now. So DSS, which is Datastoreservice, this is a service that we're going to use to save our game data. Like, for example, slap battles, you slap people, you get slaps. This is a service they use to save their game data. So we're going to use something called a data store to store our data in. So we use a service to load our data store, which saves our data. Now we're going to press enter and have a local player equals game : get service player. Now we're going to press enter 2 times, and I'm going to type in players, .player added, connect function, and then put a scope right here. I'll type in player. So we're going to press enter. So this is an event that will run when a player joins the game, and this is the variable we're going to use to define the player. So what we're going to do is type in local leader stats equals instance.new, and then we're going to go ahead and put double quotes folder, and then right here we're going to put a comma space, and then we're going to do player. So instance.new is a function that creates an instance and puts it inside a parent if defined. So if I do instance.new and then folder and then comma player, it's going to create a folder located inside the player. So now we're going to press enter and type in leaderstats.name equals double quotes leader stats. Right here, leader stat. Now this is very important. You have to spell this correctly. All lowercase, cannot be uppercase or any like mixed case. No, this is case sensitive, so it has to be all lowercase leader stats. Now I'm gonna press enter 2 times. I'll type in local points equals, and then I'll do leader stats, not leader stats. I meant instance.new int value. We're gonna create an int value which will hold a value of anything, comma, and then we'll do leader stats. So it's going to create int value that'll be located in leader stats, and we're going to name this int value. We'll do coins.name equals, and then we're going to do coins. There. Now what we're going to do is press enter, and we're just going to leave it like that for now. Now we're going to go ahead and go over here and create another event, having players.player be moving, which is the event that will run when the player leaves the game, and then we're going to connect function, and then we're going to do player once again, and there. Now what we're going to do is go ahead and do this. So what we're going to do is type in local success, comma, error out put equals, we're going to go ahead and do, let's see, equals player, not player, I'm sorry, pcall function right here, and then we'll put a scope here, press enter, and there, and now we're going to do time return, and then player data, what is it? Yes, that's async, and then player.user ID, comma, and then the value that you want to save. So we're going to go ahead and go to player, wait for child, leader stats, and then dot points, there, dot point, and then what we're going to go ahead and do is type in dot value. So we need to type dot value so we can save the value of our item. So I'll explain this all right now. So when we type in this, we have success and error output. Success is a boolean and error output is an any. And any would be anything. So it'd be defined as any until it returns with this. So this P call right here is abbreviated, truncated as protection call. A P call, what it does is it runs the function as normal and throws an error when it occurs. And it returns the function success and its results. As you can see, runs the provided function and catches any error it throws, returning the function success and its results. So what we're going to do, we're going to return this function right here, the outcome of this function. And what we're going to do, if it's successful, then the boolean will be true. So what we're going to say here is if success, then enter, and then we're going to type in print, and then player.name, dot, and then quotes, and then double quotes I meant, apostrophe S, and then data has successfully saved. Mind you, you don't need to put this, but you can put this if you like, just to let you know that the player data is successfully saved. Now I'm going to press enter, and have an else. So this right here will run if this statement is not true. So if this statement, so the current statement is contrary to this one, then we're going to go ahead and type in error, player.name, dot, double quotes, apostrophe S, data could not be saved. And then exclamation point, and then reason, and then colon space, and then dot, error output. So assuming this thing failed, what's going to be returned here in error output is going to be the output of the error. But if there's no error, then it's not going to be an error output, but something else. Yeah, so there. So I'll explain all this right now. So we have a P call function. So it'll run the function as normal and throw an error when there's something wrong. And it'll show the function success and the results. And right here, this function set async. What this does, it sets a value, right? It sets a key right here, which is going to be our user ID. We use our user ID as a key. It's basically like a password to save our data. So this, you can call it the password, and this can be the data. So this key right here, or password, this is what you can use to access the value. If we use our user ID, you could say, wait, why not your handle name? Doesn't your handle name, nobody else can use it but you, right? But well, what if you change your handle name? Then you won't be able to save. Because if I change my handle name from Crusher741 to, I don't know, Crush the Developer, like my YouTube name is right now, it won't be able to save because it will not show the same, it will not detect the same handle name. But the user ID is a permanent identification of a player. So this user ID will define the player. It's a permanent identification of the player and cannot be changed. Go ahead and use our user ID as the key to save our data. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and go to here. Now what we're going to go ahead and do is type in local success again, comma, and then we're going to go ahead and do data equals pcall function. And then we put a scope here and press enter. And we'll do return player data, colon, get async, and then player dot user ID. That's it. You don't need to get this. You just need to get the user ID. Why? This get async function will get the value that's being held by the key right here, which is the player user ID. Also, if we use set async to set a key, right, if this key does not exist inside the data store, it will create this key along with this value right here. So that's what we're going to do. So local success data equals pcall function. And then what we're going to do, we're going to return the function output of player data get sync, our player user ID. So if this is success, this should be our coin. If this is not, this is going to be an error output like this one. So now what we're going to do is type in if success, then we're going to do print, and then actually we're going to go ahead, instead of printing it, we just do coins.value equals data. There. Now we can do that. And if it's contrary to that, so we type in else, and then we'll do error player.name dot colon apostrophe s, double quote I meant, and then data could not be loaded. And then reason right here, and then a colon space, and then dot, and I'll do data. Because this will be an error output if this is not successful. Alright, so right here we have our point value. This will be set to the data. So when we join the game, there's going to be a folder created called leader stats that will be put in the player, and an int value named coin that will be put inside the leader stats. We'll then run a pcall function that will be used to return the data of the key, of the data inside the key of our player user ID. And if that's successful, we set our coins value to the data loaded. And if it's contrary to that, statement, we can go ahead and throw an error output right here. So if we go into the game, all right, so we have our coins value right here, and if we type in game .players.crusher741. By the way, this is the command bar. If you don't see it, just go to view, and right here, command bar, you should see it. There. Now we're gonna go ahead and leader stats. And we have to do crusher741, our player name, not local player. And then coins.value plus equals, not equals, because we want to add it. And we'll do 500. So we can add it, adding it, like I'll do like 6,500, 6.5 thousand. And if we go ahead and leave, right here, we're going to go ahead and say right here, Crusher741's data has successfully saved. Now, if we go ahead and load back in the game, wait, what happened to the data? Why isn't it showing up? What's going on? Well, here's the thing. We ran this inside the client when we were saving the data on the server side. So we expected it to be saved on the client side when in reality it's saving in the server side. So what we need to do is we need to go to test, and we need to go ahead and go here, go to the server. And then we run this same command in the server. That way we can go ahead and get a value. So I press like 3 times, so we should have 1.5 thousand. 2,000 actually, since I pressed it 4 times. Now, if we go ahead and just leave the game, it should say the data is successfully saved. Nice. And if we join back the game, we can have our data right here that we saved inside the server. Now, before you go, I need to explain you one thing. If you're going to save multiple data at once, you're going to want to use something called tables. Now, if you don't know what tables are, you could go ahead and watch the video on the top right of the screen. So right here, click the card right here. So let's just say I want to add another user, right? I'll do right here. I'll call this one gems. Right, so new in value, and then gems. This right here is going to be called gems. There, in value, at least that's gems. Now, instead of doing this, what we're going to do, we're going to go here, we're going to type in, alright, what we're going to do is type in local data table data equals, and we're going to create a table right here. What we're going to do is type in this. We're going to go ahead and take this out right here. We're going to type in our values, our multiple values we want to put in. So I'll put this right here, enter this other one, and I'll call this one gems, not value. So we have our coin value and our gems value inside the table, so we have whole 2 values. And yes, data stores can save tables. Yes, they can save tables, so be lucky, they can. So now we're going to go ahead and save data. Now, it'll be known as an error type for now, since they don't know that the leader stats or the gems value even exists. So yeah, it's going to be known as an error type. But once they find out it actually exists, it will not be an error type. So we're going to call this data, right, and successfully. It'll say our data successfully saved. If not, it'll say it could not be saved. So here's what we're going to do. What we're going to do right here is type in local success data equals, okay, player data gets synced. You don't need to change any of this. Right here, it's success. Then we're going to do local currency data equals data, right? Actually, what we're going to do, we're going to do local coins, comma, space, and then gems, right? You put these 2 right here. We're not going to do a p call. We're going to do equals and then data, and then choose the array of the value. So right here, our coins inside the first array of the table. We're going to do data bracket 1, and then we're going to do another comma, and we're going to do space data, and then bracket 2. So we're going to load our data for coins inside this one right here, coins, right? We're actually going to call this coins data. This is so we don't do anything wrong with, mess up our thing right here, coins and gems. So we're going to coin data and gem data. There. Now we're going to press enter. We're going to do coins.value equals gem data. No, not gem data. Coin data, and then we press enter, and then we'll do gem data, not gem data, gems dot value equals gem data. There. Now we're going to go ahead. We're going to go ahead and press play. Right here, we should have our coins and gems, and we need to run this in the server once again. So I'll go ahead and just go right here and type in this 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There, we added our coins 5 times, and then we're going to do gems, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there we're going to go back to the client. As you can see, we have 2.5 gems right here. So now if we leave, right here, it should say our data successfully saved. All right, hold on. Let me see if something wrong here. So it has the index number with number. That's weird. It's coin data, and then we have our gem data. So it should load correctly. So click on play. As you can see, we have our coins in gem loaded correctly. So make sure your data structure is good and it's not all unorganized. You want to make sure you want to simplify as much as possible to save as much data as simple and as easy as possible. You do not want to overcomplicate yourself with so many tables and stuff or so many data stores. You want to make your life easier. So instead of using 2 data stores to save certain values, you can use an entire table to save like 15 values. All right, so if you want to make an auto-saving data feature, keep watching. We're gonna go ahead and type in enter 2 times, type in local auto-save interval, and it's going to be in seconds, equal, and then 60, right here. Now what we're going to do is going to go ahead and do this. Now what we're going to do is type in this. Now, if what we can do, we can actually just remove this, right? What we can do is just go ahead and just cut this. So pressing Control X, not delete, Control X. So we can have this deleted and add into our clipboard. Now, enter 2 times, we do local, and then local function, save data, and then we're going to go ahead and do layer, and then we're going to press enter, and then we do Control V, and there you go. So now auto save interval equals 60, and now we're going to press enter 2 times. We're going to say while wait 60, not 60, auto save interval do, and for the sake of this round, I'm going to do 10 seconds. While we auto save interval do, we're going to go ahead and do save data, and then we're going to go ahead and do, let's see, save data later. So what we're going to do is local player added, let's go connect function, right? After we do all this, we're going to go here, while wait auto save interval do, save our data with the player is right here, there. So if we go ahead and do this, so if what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and then we're going to go ahead and click on play. Now we're just going to wait for 10 seconds, so it should not be long. We'll just walk around. All right, yep. All right, we should wait for the output to come. All right, this is our data successfully saved. Now we wait for another 10 seconds. Alright, saves for the second time. So you just created an auto-saving system. So not only a data saving system, but an auto-saving data system as well. And that is on how to create a data saving system in Roblox Studio. I hope this tutorial was really helpful and that you learned something new. Be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment below. Your feedback is very important to me and will help me improve my tutorials. Thank you so much for watching this tutorial and have an awesome day.